Hi, my name is Mayank and I'm the CTO and founder of Tech Matters Inc. My 40-minute talk will focus on how we use retinal imagery, images captured from your retina, to predict blood glucose in a non-invasive manner. I want to give you a little bit of a background on how I started on this project. My son, who's now 14, was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes 3 years ago. And some of you may know that patients with type 1 diabetes are required to examine their blood glucose values multiple times a day, and typically it's through a finger prick, which requires a blood draw. So I got about to thinking if there was be a way to analyze to figure out your blood glucose values in a non-invasive manner. So I started looking at retinal images. Um, I'm going to talk about how we analyze these images in TensorFlow and the step-by-step approach we took to predict blood glucose values from retinal imagery. So in the first 5 minutes of this talk, I'm going to talk about data acquisition and the challenges in data acquisition. So to get images of the retina, we relied on this product by DI, which is a retinal smartphone screening system. In theory, it's supposed to give you images that look like this. But in practice, the images are quite grainy, and you might be able to see or might not be able to see the images of the retina and the capillaries. So I'm going to talk about how uh, we did images processing, denoising, stitching together the images, and also touch upon how super resolution helped us sharpen some of these images. So some of these pipeline steps were done using deep neural nets. Then I'm going to talk about how we analyze these images to predict blood glucose values. Now, obviously, Google has done some work on predicting diabetic retinopathy using retinal images. So I'm going to talk about how we leverage some of that work and how we extend it in order to predict blood glucose values and not just the retinopathy condition. So I'm going to go over some code snippets, and I'm also going to go over some of our results. And towards the end of the talk, I'm going to talk about some of the technical challenges and also some future directions for our project. So I hope you pick the project. I think it'll be a great and inspiring talk for anyone who's involved in any medical research or DIY medical science using TensorFlow. Thank you very much.